Guess what? I finally did it. I picked up the last book in my Parker Pen book set. The Jotter, History of Icon. Now I have this book, the Duofold book, the 51 book, and the Vacumatic book. Later on in this video, we're going to open it up, flip through, and check it out. But first, I have to tell you the crazy story on how I picked this book up. Well, it all happened yesterday. I woke up early at about 5 a.m. and I had to get ready to go sell pens at the Rock County Fairgrounds at the Mega Sale. So I got all my stuff ready, went there, set up. Intention to make some money for the day. Well, a friend of mine ended up stopping by the sale. Another fellow pen collector here in Janesville, Wisconsin. And I got to chit-chat, and I'm telling him some of my latest finds. And I was telling him I was going to be going to Chicago, because he was going to be there too. And I'm bringing my spare Parker 51 books. I happen to have 2 of them. And I was going to bring it to try to trade someone for the Jotter book. This one right here, The History of an Icon. He said, I just got that book. And I got 2 of them. I ordered them off eBay. No, pardon me, Amazon. And the buyer, someone over in the United Kingdom, happened to send them too. Like, what? Well, I wish I could be that lucky. Well, anyways, he got 2 of them. And so I was like, what do you want? Are you selling one? He said, yeah, I am. I said, what do you want? He said, well, I just want to pay I just want to get what I paid for it. So I was like, what's that? I was like, well, I paid $100, but I'd take 90. I was like, sold. And there's even more of a twist to that. We'll come back to it. So he comes in, looks at my pens I have. Nothing really called to him, but he buys a lot more different pens than I had at the sale. This is a little bit of my overflow, more common stuff. A lot of the rarer stuff goes on eBay, or to my own collection, of course. So he left, and he told me to get a hold of him after the show. Excuse me. So, did good, made a couple $100 for the day, and wasn't too shabby. But I also happened to meet another guy during the show, and I ended up buying some pens from him. So by the end of the day, I'll tell you this, I ended up spending more money than I made. Oh well, I got what I wanted, and I'm super pumped, and I had to share it with you. So I go over to his house, and we're talking pens. I ended up buying a few other pens from him too. Got some auto points, pens, ballpoints, and fountain pens, which you usually don't hear about from Auto Point, but these were made, I believe, in Germany, and I'll share with you at a different time. But when I get over there, he goes and grabs the box, boom, right on the counter, not even unboxed yet, and he pops it open, and it's factory sealed. I was like, get out of here. That for sure sold. So I bought that, got the pens. The funny thing is, the same guy, down at our public library, there's this book and the other ones that in my collection, which I'll show you in a little bit. I'll show you the whole collection all together, and then we'll open this. But they're all at the library, and you can check them out here in Janesville. Well, I had the Jotter book a couple times, and he'd always be waiting, and I'd talk to him, and he'd like, oh yeah, I'm waiting for the Jotter book at the library. And I'd be like, oh, I got it. You're going to have to wait a little while. Well, you got sick of waiting each time, because I checked it out quite a bit. You got to know your research. And do your research, pardon me. And he got sick of waiting, so he searched everywhere online. This is a hard book to find. He looked at eBay, Amazon, all sorts of stuff, and he couldn't find it nowhere in the States. He ended up finding it from a guy in the United Kingdom. So he bought it, and he ended up getting 2, and now I have one myself. Lucky me. Alright, well, let's stop talking about... Oh, and that just shows sometimes it's all about patience. Patience and persistence, and often you'll find what you're looking for. Alright, done with the wisdom. Let's check these books out. Drum roll, please. Alright, first up, we have the Parker Duofold book by David Shepard and Dan Zazove. And I'm going to say first one thing. These first 3 books I picked up recently from a local collector, and he was letting go of some of his collection. And I picked these all up at once, and I've been searching and searching too for this Jotter book, and I got it from a different guy. I got it about all of them in about the span of 2 weeks. So it didn't take me long, but I had to put in some footwork. Next, we have the Parker 51 book by David and Mark Shepard. And I'll flip through some of these books and give you a sneak peek. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. But I can't do them all in one video because it'd take too long. Next, we have the Parker Vacumatic book. And one plus about this, they're all hardcover except the Duofold book. And if you want to know how much these books cost, do a little research. Check them out on eBay. They're not exactly cheap. And then we have my latest acquisition, Jotter, History of an Icon. You guys ready to break that factory seal with me? Look at that. Listen. Tight. Pristine. A lot of people would say, don't open it, don't open it. But I need the knowledge. I must have the knowledge. Let's do it. First, let's get these other ones out of the way, and then we'll open her up. Alright, one other thing. Just want to tell you about these. These are signed copies from the author. See right there. Boom. Signature. Boom. Signatures. Hold up, hold up. Hold up, hold up. Bear with me. Okay. Boom. Signatures. Those ones might not be there, but 2 of them are for sure signed. Right there. Boom. Signatures. Alright. Let's open her. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Look at that. Take a little light off that. It's putting too much of a glare on that book. Crispy. And if you have these books in your collection, let me know which one your favorite is. The Jotter book, 51, Duofold, or the Vacumatic. I also have a couple other Parker books in my collection. But one day we'll maybe do a whole book review, and I'll show you all the different Parker books that I have. Alright, let's flip through a couple pages and see how she looks. I'm really dying to know if this one is signed also. And this one's wrote by David Shepard, Graham Hogg, Jeff Parker, and Dan Zazove. So a big team up. I love this picture. She looks like she'd be fun to work with in the office. I'm thinking this one may not be signed. No, it does not look like it is. But I'm alright with that. Let's skim through it. Let you take a peek. And this book goes through everything you need to know about the Parker Jotter. From when it was created, the lead up to its creation, all the different models, and so forth. Talks about other companies that were in the race, the ballpoint race, and so forth. Eversharp, Reynolds. And this is the Parker Shop Talker, which is a magazine that was released inside of Parker. I have some of those in my collection. Very cool. It's all about the post office Jotter. And there's a unique history that in Janesville, the USPS had a contract here in Janesville with its employees that they would only use Parker pens while working. And if anybody got caught using a pen that wasn't a Parker, they'd get an in-house fine. It has historical pictures. Here it shows the T-ball and how porous it was. You could blow smoke right through it. The partners, different prototypes that came out before the Jotter to make the Jotter what it was. And here's some of the barrels they're used to in the original Jotter first year production. Watches, people, the 51 Jotter, and the launch. And we'll go farther back and kind of skim back this way. There's a bunch of balls. There's about the management buyout. A lot of people may know about that. There's the Parker Italia, a major flop. Someone ended up getting fired because of it. And it showed that Parker had no interest in joining the disposable pen industry. Industrial Jotters, different mixed materials. Parker Place, this building is still here in Janesville, and the statue here in the picture was done by Schaffer, and that's still there too. Very cool piece of artwork. Manpower, and how about Parker Pen's influence with Manpower, a temping agency. The 100 million Jotters, I have a few of those in my collection, and all sorts of really cool stuff. Influential people, different departments, the graphics division, how Parker Pens went into space on the space missions, and so many different cool things. Australian Jotters, Don Doman Jotters. I actually have one Australian Jotter in my collection, but it doesn't have a top like that. Mine's different. Altogether, an awesome book. If you want to find it, I suggest you start looking around. There's lots of great pen websites out there. Often they don't have this, and if they do it, you're going to be paying quite a bit. There's so much cool information. ID all those pens that you have no clue what they are. And the book in total is 327 pages, not counting the index. And it goes all the way up to 2010 Jotters. And about Jeff Parker, 007. So much cool stuff. So if you love Parker Pen and the history of a great pen company based out of Janesville, Wisconsin, made all over the world at one point or another, from France, the United Kingdom, Australia to Argentina. Find out all the cool history with these books. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, a comment, and let us know what you enjoy about watching AB Rustic Relics and what we need to work on. And thank you for making this happen, and I hope you enjoyed these books. Stay tuned to further videos, or maybe we'll flip through and have a little bit more of an extensive look. Until next time, Big Bad Brad, ciao, man.